Hello, I am Greg the Shark. I am back for more movie reviews of sharks. As I said last time, we are going to discuss the movie where the sharks and the people and the sharks eating the people. But not just anyone. There are thousands of those. This is one that is actually worth watching. I speak of the deep blue sea. Sea. I like the sea. There is much place to swim in it. The Deep Blue Sea, though, is a movie from 1999. It starred the Saffron Burrows, the Thomas Jane, the LL, who is also cool and has a J, the Michael Rappaport, Parappa the Rapper, Michael Rappaport, and the Stellan Skarsgård. I like that name, because Scar, like, you have many scars on you from fighting with the sharks. Skarsgård. And the Samuel Jackson with an L. Because he makes many movies. Because we all love the Sammy J with the L. This is a movie where people mess with sharks and get what is coming to them. The Saffron Lady. She is the doctor along with the Skarsgård. See, it is fun to say. Say it with me. Skarsgård. And they have their floating lab out in the middle of the ocean. And they have the Shark Wrangler, who is the Thomas Jane, who is called Carter Blake. Skarsgård is Jim. And the Saffron is the Susan. She should have been Susan Skarsgård. She would instantly be cooler. And Samuel Jackson, he is the man who pays for all this stuff. And he is the badass because he went mountain climbing and didn't die, even though many people did die. So he is like the big surviving badass man. He pays for the lab. They mess with the sharks because sharks do not like to get sick. They just don't bother with that bullshit. Humans, you're always getting sick, calling in sick to work. Sharks do not call in sick to work because they don't get sick. That's bullshit. Not even bull sharks put up with that. That's why it's bullshit and not bull shark shit. So, the Susan and the Jim and their people, they run the lab where they genetically alter the sharks. All you people who are smart enough to stay out of the sharks' way, because the sharks are badass by nature. Think about that sentence. We make the sharks genetically altered. Stupidest scientist ever. They make the sharks bigger. They make the sharks smarter because they need the shark brain fluid. Stupidest scientist ever. Bigger, smarter sharks. No, that could not possibly end badly when you make the biggest smarter sharks and just stick the big long needles in their brains after yanking them out of the water. No. No. Really? The sharks don't like that. You don't say. Stupid. So, the Samuel Jackson, he come to the lab to see if it is worth continuing to give money to the stupid scientists. And they show him the experiment. And he is impressed. Because the brain cells from the Alzheimer's, they get cured of the Alzheimer's, which is more of that human stuff the sharks don't bother with. We have eating to do. Everybody's happy. And then the shark that they yanked out of the water and stuck the big needle in, he bites the arm off Jim. And everybody freaks out. And they get the helicopter ambulance for the Jim. He's in the stretcher, hanging from the helicopter. And the sharks, because they're smarter now, they grab the Jim while he is hovering over the water in a storm. Because it's out in the ocean and storms happen. That's why you stay below the surface with the sharks. See? Sharks are better than people. They don't deal with storms. Bullshit. Storms. Human nonsense. So, they take the Jim on the stretcher, still attached to the helicopter, and they zip him around the base that floats on the water, and they blow up the tower with the helicopter. And they take the stretcher and they take it under the water with the Jim still on it, and they smack the wall of the lab so it crack open and let the water in. So now the sharks can get at all the people. The people that panic because they know they have bigger, smarter sharks that they cannot get away from now. As the lab starts to slowly flood, room by room. And meanwhile, no one not mentioned him yet, but the LL Cool J is the chef for the lab, and he has the pet parrot. Parrot. Psycho. Parrot is like chicken but smaller and prettier feathers. I eat your parrot. You think I won't? You give me a parrot, I eat it. So he gets involved with the flooding too, even though he is not this stupid scientist. And the shark wrangler Carter mad. He just want to kill the sharks because they are out of control, and they are bigger and smarter, and they are genetically altered, so they're not proper sharks no more. They are monster sharks. I say to you, ha ha, it was your idea, now you get beaten. That is basically the movie. Because you see, besides them, there's also the Janice, and the Brenda, and the Tom. Tom is the Michael Rapapapapapapapapapapapa port. And the sharks, they hunt them all. And they eat them all. One by one. As the base floods. And the Samuel L. Jackson, he make the meme all over the internet. The internet meme and the funny video clip where he makes the big speech about how he's got the escape plan and they're going to do the escape plan and they're going to survive. They're going to survive because they are survivors. And surviving is the thing that he does. And then the shark blasts out of the nearby water and fucking eats him. Right there in the middle of his speech. You know why? Because sharks do not care about survival speeches. Sharks care about eating the arrogant human who says they can outsmart the genetically made smarter shark. Stupid. Shark eat you. Too bad. No more Samuel L. Jackson in your movie. You only have the LL Cool J. And the Thomas Jane. And the Saffron Susan. That is what happens. All of them get eaten except those three. And the Saffron Susan, who did her genetic altering illegally because the governments of the world say, no, you don't annoy the sharks, because the sharks eat those who annoy them because they deserved it. She only cared about her data surviving so she can continue doing this. She said this for her father. She started with the sympathy, but she broke the law. She lied to the shark wrangler. She lied by omission to the chef because nobody respects the chef, even though the chef makes all the food and eating food is awesome. I bet it's because she don't like the parrot either. One of the sharks, he tries to eat the parrot, so the chef blows him up. See, some of the sharks die during the movie too, because the stupid humans disagree they should be eaten. So they get to the surface. The lab is sinking. There's not much time left. If the labs sink all the way down, the sharks can escape. Yes. And when they escape, they're out in the ocean and they can do whatever they want. And the people cannot take that because the bigger, smarter sharks will eat the innocent people, probably. Definitely they will raise hell because they're not supposed to be in the ocean because they have been changed. God made the sharks super cool enough as it is. And the humans messed with that. That is why we ate them. Except the Saffron Susan. She refused to be eaten. She electro-zapped a shark because they tried to eat her. Very, very selfish. I do not like the Saffron Susan. The shark wrangler, he kind of a jerk because he make the sharks, go get the needle stuck in him. But he have good morals. He just trying to do the only thing he know how to do, which is be brave and stupid. And the Cool J makes the food, so he's cool. But he has parrot, and we like to eat the parrot, so we may have to eat him too for bringing a parrot near us. Parrot nuggets. Parrot burger. Parrot hash. That is what I think of parrots. Keep going. Okay, so it come down to 3 people, 1 shark. And then the Saffron Susan, she finally felt the guilt. She said, I'm going to lure the shark to me so you can kill it. So she jumped in the water with a bad bloody hand, and the shark eat her. Because she is stupid scientist ever. But she tastes like turkey. Her whole body is like one big turkey drumstick like you get at the fair. And it's super tasty. She had that one good quality about her. Saffron Susan was tasty like turkey leg from the fair. But, total spoiler, the last shark get blown up by the Carter and the Cool J chef. And they hang out on what is left of the floating lab until the Coast Guard come and rescue them. So, why is the movie good? One is good plot. You mess with the sharks, you annoy the sharks eat you. Two, many fine actors and actresses with good dialogue and good special effects. They used a combination of real shark footage, CGI, and the animatronics. You know, the robots. Robo shark. Yum yums. Now, that makes for a good movie. Unfortunately, because they made a good movie, they made two bullshit sequels that were direct to video that we're not going to talk about. We pretend they don't exist. Cause screw those movies. The movie, it take $60 million to make. Not a bad budget. It grossed $164.5 million. So it made a lot of money. It made more than double its budget back. Good movie. It was actually shot on the same set that was used for some of the scenes in the 97 movie Titanic. Trivia fact for you. Haha. I prefer the deep blue seats of the Titanic because the Titanic did not have enough sharks and eating of stupid scientists. LL Cool J, because he do the rapping and the acting, he make 2 songs for soundtrack. Brand new songs, just for movie. He's good. Now, some of the critics don't like it. Some of them do. They thought the movie was a little too, formulaic, cliche. But you know what? It's a shark movie. They make Jaws. They make Jaws sequels. And then after that, there's pretty much no other shark movie to make except a bunch of knockoff stuff. But a good knockoff is still a great movie. And that's what the Deep Blue Sea is. It's monster sharks that have their fun in a well-designed lab with the good actors and actresses. And it's a good special effects. That is all you need in life. It is a cult classic, as I say. The scene where the Samuel Jackson gets eaten is internet famous. So, I tell you, this summer, after you go to the beach, not before because this movie will scare you, after you go to beach summer vacation, watch this movie. If you have seen this movie before, watch it again. And then you come online and you tell me how much you like the movie. Tell me what your favorite moment where the stupid scientists get eaten is. Now I will say, I'm going to go ahead and apologize for the Coast Guard helicopter people who got blown up. They were innocent, they were just doing their job, they were manipulated by the smart sharks. I will apologize for them. respect the Coast Guard. Weather Tower lady, that got blown up with the Coast Guard copters, not so much for her. She was in the middle of a storm and she was hanging out in super tall tower. Not the smartest thing in the world. Plus she worked with the scientists. She should have known they were doing stupid things with sharks. I'd have been like, no, you're tempting fate. You're going to piss off the sharks, and then bad things will happen. Felicia out. Bye, Felicia. That is what I would have told them. But she liked the pay, so she stayed, and she got blown up. So see the movie. See her get blown up. Feel bad for perfectly nice Coast Guard people who got blown up. Then laugh at the stupid scientists who get eaten. Like the Ska, and the Saffron Susan, and the lackeys. And then watch the Samuel Jackson scene like 3-4 times on loop because he's freaking hilarious. We will survive. You'll not survive, even with your ale. No shaft for you. No Mace Windu for you. No guy from Pulp Fiction whose name I can't remember for you. Just shark teeth. Because you tell the sharks you're going to survive them. And the sharks say, bro, screw your snowy mountain. Hold my beer. Ha, ha. Do not see Deep Blue Sea 2. Do not see Deep Blue Sea 3. And for heaven's sakes, do not watch any of those direct-to-video mega shark movies where the CGI looks like it was done by an 8-year-old on an Atari 2600. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing even for sharks. Just see the Deep Blue Sea and maybe the first couple Jaws movies. But those videos have already been made. And as if these videos done, go watch those movies. It's on the same channel. It's in archives. Go into playlists. It's very good. I have no more reviews after this though. If you want me to talk about more movies in future, leave comments saying Great the Shark is the best. Otherwise, I'm going back to the ocean. I'm going to swim around. I'm going to find stupid scientists. I'm going to bite them in half. And maybe I go find that hippie sea turtle and I'm going to go hang out with him because he's cool. He's cool as hell. Like the LL Cool J. But not his parrot. If I find a parrot, I'm going to eat him. Parrot. Hors d'oeuvres. That is hors d'oeuvres made from parrots, not hors d'oeuvres for parrots. Also, one last time, I say to you goodbye and Skarsgård. Best last name ever. He should be in everything, just so you can say Skarsgård. See you later, especially in the ocean.